welcome to You Beautiful Creation. Today I am at a place that is a hidden secret that I'm going to make known to you who are in film production, who are wanting to get to know about editing and also podcasting. And I have a place that it feels like it's a hidden secret that I'm going to make known to you that is an educational place that you can come here to get educated on how to take your ministry, how to take your production to the next level. And they are here fully equipped to help you at a minimal, just pennies. It doesn't even cost anything, maybe $25 a class, if that. It's so awesome. And this is where I started over 10 years ago at this particular facility called Orion on TV. Now, I'd like to come and introduce you to some of the staff that have been here for over 10 years, some of them, and are still here today. So let me introduce you to Ian Locke. Ian, welcome.
Give me a hug.
To You Beautiful Creation,
Yeah.
officially. He's the one that started us to getting the ministry all up and running.
Yeah, welcome. 10-year vet, it's hard to believe. On the Wall of Fame, 10 year, there's not a lot of 10-year volunteers who are producing at your level. It's very rare, and we're just happy to have you here every time we see you. We're just happy to see you.
Well, if it wasn't for Orion on TV, You Beautiful Creation would have not been what it is today. Because your facility is the one that is like, it's an educational center for those that are into film production and podcasting now.
Right.
That's
yeah,
the beauty
media.
of it.
I mean, we're all about community. First Amendment. You know, we don't edit any content. You bring your content in, and what we do is we give you the tools, teach you the fundamentals of how to produce video, edit that video, record audio in the proper way. You know, just give you a nice, well-rounded education in the fundamentals, so you can at least get off the ground and get your show running.
Yes.
And you know, you came in and we're talking, so what do you know? And you're going, I don't know anything.
I do nothing.
Which is perfect, right? And we have some people that come in, they have an extensive background in video production and that sort of thing. Maybe they studied in college but never really applied it. And it's a way to kind of wet that whistle to get back into it. You were green as green could be, but we love our, all skill levels are welcome, right? You know that.
Yes.
And our classes are designed specifically for those who have never really touched it, you know, touched the gear. And so, and the crazy thing about 10 years is you've seen the change in the equipment.
Yes.
Right, from the camcorders, and now right now, Joe, our studio manager, is recording us right now with a cell phone, and we're using these wireless mics into our cell phone. It's crazy to think 10 years ago we'd have cameras this big on our shoulders recording. So it's great to have you in. It's great to see the progression of your show from what it was to what it is today.
Yes. Well, I want to make sure that I take you for a tour around the studio here, let you know what they have offered or available to you, and you can tap into these resources. These are available. But first, we got to meet our very welcoming staff member here at Orion on TV. You have to meet Tracy Marsh.
Been around.
She is the one that has been here for forever. She's the cheery, smiley face that you are going to meet when you come here. She's the one that answers the phones, and she is going to give you the information that you need when you want to inquire about some classes and everything else. Yes. Such a delight to see. Always happy.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
I love it.
Appreciate it.
Right, and you've been here so long. We always say, like, our long-term volunteers are like family to us, you know, because we're so happy to see you guys, you know, you go away, you come back, and we're just thrilled to see you again.
Yes, and what I love about even Tracy, she does, here at Orion on TV, like you said, it's a family. And they had like 2 gatherings a year that we would get together to, you know, there's like an awards banquet, there's even a gathering. And so I just love it. And then Tracy was always saying, hey, we need some camera crews. Anybody want to volunteer and help? So she's definitely the one that's going to help.
I will call people individually if I don't get help that day. No.
Right.
That's awesome. All right, let's take you for a tour through the studio.
See the control room? You want to?
Yeah, let's take a look at the control room. And you could just see what it's all about. So tell us, what is this all about, Ian? It looks wonderful. I think there was one screen when we first started.
It was, right? It was just like a preview program or a one screen to do the productions. We had them on the counter, and now we got these big TVs here. It looks intimidating, but it's really not. But this is a television control room. And inside here we have a big audio mixer. And we have a video mixer. So we have all our video sources coming in into the studio control room that we can then use to produce a show. And through the window, you can see the main studio, and that's where those cameras are located. And when you started, we only had 3 cameras. Now we're up to like 6.
Yay!
And we can
I love it. Look at that production setup there. Now, you didn't have that.
No, we didn't, because we couldn't afford to buy lights in the studio to use that side of the studio. So now we have multiple cameras. We can actually set up 2 sets at once, and we have, I mean, at one time for a show, we can actually get maybe 10 cameras active. Before it was just 3. And so the technology has been evolving, and the equipment evolves, and that's what we do. We evolve with our volunteers, the technology. We update it. We use our finances to keep buying new equipment. This is a different mixer than when you started here. The other one wore out. So we bought a new one. The TriCaster, our video switcher, that's brand new. The cameras are all new. Maybe they're a year old now, so we're always trying to keep current. But yeah, it looks a little intimidating, but it's a lot of fun.
Now that's what we're talking about. For those of you that have a heart for production, you want to be a director, they're going to help teach you how to use this board. This looks very intimidating to me, but someone who's in the sound system, someone who has that heart and passion that God has put on your heart, this is where you need to be. They will help you to get educated on how to use it, how to tune it in and do whatever it needs to do. How you got to flip your little screens of the cameras and how to do the green screen. I mean, you have actually a way of showing a bunch. Can you even show me?
We don't really have the studio set up for the green screen, but we have a whole wall that's like 13 feet high by 30 feet wide. That's a green screen. So if you want to do compositing and effects and play around and do experimental type of shooting, just to have fun and just to see what you can do with it. Yeah, we can do that.
But you have a bunch of software. They have a bunch of software to choose what kind of background you want. And they do it from over here, and you can say, okay, do you like this background? Do you like that background? They open the green screen. You sit in front of the green screen.
If you have photographs, we can use photographs. So we have a travel show, and the photos are used as a backdrop for the program as the show goes on, talking about the travels of some of our volunteers. So yeah,
beautiful.
We are fully equipped, as good as some of the commercial broadcast facilities around the area. So.
Absolutely, and you can even make the wall.
Yeah. So the Wall of Fame. This is our little wall of fame, and who's on there? Yes. And You Beautiful Creation. So we honor our volunteers who have really made an impact and really have take community media to heart. You from promotion to your show to just your longevity with us. So this is an honor of 10 years of You Beautiful Creation with us here at ONTV. We have some other honorees that have like 400 episodes for a show, or like Bob over here, Bob's Music Time. He was recently honored because he's been doing it 30 years of community media, just his
Now he plays a guitar. He plays a guitar and sings, right? So I mean, if God has put that on your heart to be a musician, to sing, you could do that. You could come in here, record, and then give your data to them, and they'll blast it on the public access stations. Come on, utilize the airwaves.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because when you started with us, you were here exclusively, kind of just doing your show, cutting your teeth, learning the ropes, and now you're doing it on your own at home. You've learned new skills to have like Zoom calls in. Your production looks really good, and you are aired over on the west side of the state now in the Grand Rapids area. So your footprint has grown. So you're hitting large population centers just by coming here to community media at ONTV. So.
Yes, because I connected my arms with Orion on TV and started here, then yes, it opened me up to go to other public access stations and say, hey, I'm on Orion TV. Can I show my stuff here? And they said yes. So I'm over there, and also in Oxford, and we were actually in 5 different platforms throughout Michigan. So yeah, you could do that.
And you can go national too if you really have the time. Oh no, I just opened the can of worms.
Now I'm like, I thought I had to stay in Michigan.
No, not at all. No, not at all. So there's distribution that we share with you how to use it, how to get it out there, and
I got to learn again. Right.
Yeah, our programs here at ONTV are seen all across the world because
Wow.
we do have a YouTube channel. You have a YouTube
Well,
channel.
yes, true.
So you know everybody sees you. We had somebody see us in Africa, and it was another faith-based program, and he was so inspired he wanted to come over and be on the show. So he was in, like, I think it was Toronto, and said, I can do a day trip from Toronto to Lake Orion. It's a little longer than you think, but he came in and sat on the show and was just inspired and took the knowledge of a tour like this back with him to his home country and his hometown to say, I need to start something like this.
Wonderful,
right?
wonderful.
Is that cool?
Wonderful. It is cool. And the other thing I want to encourage you, if you have a team of friends, and what happened with myself at You Beautiful Creation, Kim is the one that was standing on my right there, which is the left of the show. She was the director when we started. So she would be behind here and here. And then myself and Renee, we were the host and co-host. So that's, if you have a team of people, that is what you like. And Kim would also help with the cameras. So you could set the cameras up, and then she would come in here and she'd do her thing, and you could get your team. And that was
and talking about classes, I mean, we kind of touched on classes. So I think this is a good little segue, especially for the studio production class.
Yes, absolutely.
So the studio production class, we do have it open where, we want to have at least 8 people inside a class where you can't really learn all the pieces properly for a television studio. So learning to direct, or learning audio board, or learning camera, or learning to host, and the whole process of putting a show together in a television studio. So we need at least 8 people. And usually we open it to the public, and we just kind of wait for people to call and sign up. They can get a hold of Tracy, and it's $55 for a 5-week course, which is not that bad.
Phenomenal.
And when you're done, when you finish the course, you are a full-fledged volunteer at ONTV, and you can reserve the studio to come in. Now, if you are a group, we work with groups as well. So we've had homeschool students in, families in, that they've booked the place during the day to come and take the classes. And sometimes we accelerate those classes for different groups if it's a small, tight group. But yeah, we can have individual classes for groups, especially if you have a production in mind or a show in mind. So yeah, groups are encouraged. We've had other faith-based groups come in, and it was maybe a group of 5, and then we can work with them specifically on their show. At the end of class, you actually have your show, you record it, so you can actually see where you're at. So
that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Well, let's take
Should we
a walk
go
to
in the studio? Yeah, we're talking about the studio. Might as well see it.
Let's go check it out. I want to show you guys.
Okay,
this
doors
is awesome.
open.
Yes, look at these cameras. Woohoo! You get to learn about cameras. So if you are, again, God's putting on your heart, you are supposed to be in film production. Maybe you are the one that is behind the scenes. That is where you're called, because there's so many giftings to make a show, and that's where you're called to be. They will help teach you how to do that. Now, there's a lot to learn about the cameras with the white. I remember
it's a lot
back in the day, probably you don't have to white
balance.
White balance. That's
you
what
still
it was.
need to, or you look orange, or you look green. But yeah, I mean those fundamentals. But I'm glad you bring that up, because we don't want you to think that you have a 5-week course and then we just say, forget about it. We leave you. No, that's not the case. We're always here to make sure that you're, on your way to success. So if you can't remember how to white balance a camera, we'll take care of that. The ONTV staff is here. So if you're doing something wrong, we'll correct you. Make sure the gear doesn't get damaged or something, because it is, there's cables on the floor and you can trip and all that stuff. So you treat the space with respect, and good things happen, right? But we're always here. We're here with you the whole step of the way. It's not just, here's a class, have fun.
Right.
And even down from graphics to editing, we offer assistance, and you can attest to that.
Absolutely. And that was the whole thing with myself is, I recorded it and had it recorded, and then I had to sit with them and go through, okay, now teach me Adobe. I don't know how to I don't know how to edit a show.
Editing
and
software.
I would come up here and I would sit with there was another guy named Joey or Joe, and he would sit there and he would say, okay, what you need to do is cut, paste, do this, do that. And so he would spend time with me, and for like an hour or so, or he would, show me the basics, and then he would go sit down and I would play around, figure it out the best I could, and then I got stuck. I'd be like, Joe, I need help. And
that happens to us every day. I mean, currently we'll go out and we'll see the editing bays, but we have an intern, a local resident who is graduate from OU, Oakland University, in journalism and wants to be a reporter. And she never really had a chance to do this sort of thing at OU because it was more, theory-based or print journalism. So she's here working with us this summer, and we're putting through her paces of how to become a reporter. She just helped co-host the news, reading prompters and that sort of thing. So if you have a vision and you have an idea of what you want to do, just tell us, and we work with you to get to where you want to go.
There you go. They take the vision that you got and they help you along. So you like interns, you do things with interns. So
interns, we have college-based interns, we have high school, like the homeschoolers. We had a pretty regular family, a group of 4. They were homeschooled, and they had a really funny faith-based program. Their kids hosted, and it was like the Squishy Show. I can't remember the CC and Squishy. I think it was nicknames or something. And it was part of their curriculum. They'd come in, and it was their English based curriculum, or it was speech, or that sort of thing with the curriculum. And their parents were the ones directing and editing, but the kids were in doing their thing. And I think they even did a cooking show once. And,
that's wonderful.
But yeah, they did it for a number of years until they moved on to other things. I mean, the kids are probably graduated college now, but it can be done. It's we've seen so many different types of groups come through here.
That's awesome. And I do love your studio sets. You got a couple studio sets to choose from. Obviously, you got this one now, and you have the other one over there, and the green screen. If you pull back the purple blue curtain.
Yeah, right behind there we got the big green wall.
Yes,
and I don't.
Hey,
we're kind of we're kind of winging it. Just winging it here, right? So you can see.
Look at that. Look at this big green screen.
The green monster.
That is awesome. That's how we did all our shows with the green screen.
Right. Virtual sets.
Yes, virtual sets way back in 10 years ago. So we've still had green screens back then.
It goes crazy. Yes. Yeah, and but the great thing is that your show evolves. It evolved. And we always say the hard part is to get 3 episodes done. The first episode, the pilot, we all know what a pilot is, right? Is that when you do your first show, you really don't know what you have until you watch it. You go, I can't believe it's done. And then you watch it a little closer and go, I need to fix a lot of things, right? And or what's the content? What are we going to do? What's the look of it? And as you move along, you get your 3rd episode, and you kind of get an idea of what the show is. And that's what you guys did. And you guys experimented. You tried to do
we did a
yoga
fitness.
And a fitness, right?
It was a Christian. It was like a Christian fitness program of stretching and fitness. And that lasted about 3 episodes. And then, like he said, about 3 you're either like, and I'm like, okay.
It didn't work.
It was too much. It was more of a liability that I was concerned about because we were doing exercise, and I did liability insurance.
And the camera angles were tough, and it's like, I go, is this fitting your model? And then you went back to what you guys do really well, and it's inspiration and the message that you're sharing. So
Miracles in Motion will be resurrected. I have still kept it because I do believe in Christian fitness. And so in the sense of fitness to Christian music, and then having the scriptures also involved. So I am actually scheduled to get certified this year again.
Really awesome.
To teach fitness. So I'm not giving it up, but it's called Miracles in Motion, and hopefully it'll be resurrected someday.
Right. Joey's there editing. Hi, Joey. We're just doing the quick walkthrough. Joey's our production coordinator, so he helps shoot sporting events, concerts, editing, podcasts, you name it. He's an all-around production guy for us here at ONTV, and he does an awesome job working with our volunteers and our interns and stuff. So if you come into ONTV, we do have editing classes, and after you learn, we have it listed as nonlinear editing. We're going to have to change that nomenclature because it's basically video editing. We call it nonlinear about 10 years ago, and that's kind of gone by the wayside. But we teach you how to use Adobe products to edit your video together, and we get you a little foundational start. But a lot of it is hands-on. How do you learn? You got to do it.
Right. Yeah, Joey's my contact. So nowadays, what I do is I do my productions at home, and I send it through the email to Joey, and Joey puts it on the air. So we have a whole system in place to get the files transferred back and forth and get them up on the air. But these are the public spaces here that you can use. Again, Adobe products, Photoshop, After Effects, and Adobe Premiere, and plus Word. We have MS Word and all those documents you might need to
write a script or do some research on the internet, and you have access to it.
You have all available to you, so you don't have to purchase Adobe. You can come here, use it at the studio under them, and I used to take my jump drive back and forth and do it that way. But you don't, I do now, use I have a subscription to Adobe because I utilize that.
You're using it so much that it makes sense.
You don't have to use that expense. You can use it through Orion
That's the whole
ONTV.
point. And maybe you go, editing's not my thing, and maybe just producing or running cameras, and that works out too.
Yeah.
So, but so
you got a cooking place. You can have cooking shows.
So we have a kitchen.
Oh, there's a camera up there too.
Yeah, we got overhead cam so we can see you mixing, and then if you're using stovetop, another overhead cam.
Oh wow, look at that! Now that's all new since I've.
Yeah, that wasn't there. I think when you've done it, we used to have cameras over here. It wasn't working that great, but
love it.
Like we say, we try to change or update our gear based on what the volunteers need. So there's some things that you might have asked for and go, sure, it's in our budget, let's grab it. Some graphics or whatever, but all these little cameras. And we can roll in a couple of the cameras you saw in the studio. We call them PTZs, or our robotic cameras. And we plug them into the network jack on the wall, and we can direct it from down at the studio control room. You stand here and you do your cooking show. And so
look at that.
Yeah.
So and that's another part of my ministry that I really press is the health and fitness. So eating well and eating healthy and so if you have it in your heart, remember our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. We have to pay attention to what we're putting in our body, and we need good cooks.
No bad food around here.
Yes, no bad
We hit all gamut. Some of them are really short little hors d'oeuvre type things to full on. I mean, we had people make it. If you've never done a cooking show, it's a lot harder than you think, and you really need to prepare and almost make two versions of it.
Yes.
One that's finished and one that we see you make.
Yes.
We learned that the hard way.
Yes.
And it's been fun. But the good thing is, and just so you know, if you're coming in, after your cooking show is done, just got to share some of the food with us.
That's right. You got to have samples.
That's all that matters is really little taste.
Awesome.
It's a lot of fun, and this is a great addition. We always wanted to do this, and now it's normalized. It's ready. It's here for you.
Right. Now, I know that you also go out to, you do a lot for the public, and so you have like a van and things like that. I don't know if you want to.
Well, we do have a production truck, and all the equipment you saw in studio control is condensed down onto a cart we call a fly pack. And then we can load it in the back of our production van, and we can go do concerts. We do Dragon on the Lake Festival. We do other events, graduations, sporting events. This fall here, Dragon football is going to kick off here in a month and a half. Is that what it is already?
Wow.
And so we'll be out at the schools with the students running gear for us, and we'll be there with our gear. So we're mobile, and it's a big piece of gear on these wheels, and it's heavy, but we try to be where the event is or where the information is.
So those are big community events that you are a part of. And then
Correct.
People that are taking the classes, I'd highly recommend you hooking up with them to do volunteer time and jumping on these excursions that you do so that you continue to learn how to use the cameras, how to maybe do some of the interviews at these big public events. And that way, if you were, if you're wanting to be a broadcaster in the news arena, this is a fantastic place to be.
Right.
And I encourage you to get connected with them.
Yep. And so, if you come through and you finish the courses and you are now a volunteer, we'll have workshops where you will do the van workshop, and you come out and you learn how to learn the production truck, and then you can come out and do events with us. So just
and also I wanted to just, I don't know if they still do this, but we used to be able to take some of the equipment home. After you've gone through all the production training, and then check it out and bring it back.
That's still the case. So we have backpacks that have a camera in it, microphones, cables, and then a tripod on the side and some batteries. And so you can check out the gear, and that's another course. It's a field production course, and you learn how to use all that. Joe teaches you how to shoot properly. Remember to focus your camera, and put it on a tripod and lock it down. It's not home movies where we're trying to see everything. We're trying to communicate and try to show images that go into a program. And so, you learn all the fundamentals, and once you finish that class, then you can check out the equipment.
If God has put on your heart to do anything in the media to change the airwaves to be good moral productions. That's what my heart is, for you to get inspired to come here, get educated, and they'll help you out, and they'll blast it out. They'll help you in every way possible. Don't be intimidated by the calling that you have on your life.
Right. And just to maybe put a bow on this, is I like the way you put that, is you can come in and you learn, but if you understand how to make media, you understand how to read media and how to consume it. Right? Because if you understand the fundamentals of what, how to put a message out there, from graphics, the editing, all the hands that are involved in making media, that when you watch commercial media, the stuff that's out in the world, you can go, that doesn't sound right, or that looks wrong, or you know what I mean? So if you understand how you can create it, if you watch your local news, you start finding all the mistakes they're making.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, they are the paid professionals, but there's mistakes, and you can understand what they're sending you or selling you in some instances, and that even goes to print, it goes to radio, it goes to everything. So understanding the creation of media helps you then be a better consumer of it.
And more. Let's show you this podcast room. Go ahead, turn the light on, and you talk about it in there, Ian.
Right, so this is the podcast studio. Our volunteers were just in shooting, I think, Talking Matters, I think that's the name of it. But like I said, it's been deployed in full use for almost 11 years. And we have an audio console here that is commercial grade. It's something you would find in a radio station. But we found that it's easier to navigate than, let's say, that audio mixer we were using in the production studio, right? So this one's a little easier. It's just more sources, not a lot of tweaking, not a lot of knobs. It's easier to understand and use. But you can get up to 4 people in here to have a conversation. You can have Zoom calls. You can take regular old phone calls. You can connect your phone right to the system and have a conversation. And then you can record video. We got 3 cameras set up. So if you want to have, everybody's seen it now, the picture-in-picture boxes, and your show has kind of evolved into that style, which we see everywhere now, post-pandemic, which that you never saw production like that.
Oh, no,
But then you had to, because everybody was separated, and it really has changed the way, it's opened up the rules a little bit.
Yes.
Because that type of thing was seen as, oh, that's amateur. But now it is everywhere. And so... Good for us. Access TV was doing it first because of just the nature of small resources. But so here we are. But you can do what you like. You can roll in sound. You can put in interviews. You can do a bunch of things, and we just help you get on your way.
I love it. I haven't ventured into this room at all, but because it looks so intimidating.
It's not.
But
microphones.
I tell you what,
that's about it.
This is the thing now. So be it.
Fun stuff.
Great. This has been wonderful, and I do have to point out to you this dragon. Okay, you guys, you got to get a picture of this dragon and the story behind why I'm even here at Orion on TV. And I'll tell you the story for some of the others that have not heard it. But there was a scripture in the Bible, and God was talking about how he made the ocean Leviathan's playground. And I was up north reading this in this certain translation, and I just was pondering with the Lord, saying, the dragon, isn't that the enemy, and you made the ocean his playground? Like, I was just mesmerized by that scripture. And all of a sudden I was really just asking the Lord, am I supposed to be at Orion on TV, Lord? Like, you have to give me a confirmation. And at that time I was in the production classes. And when I came in on Monday, Joe comes in and he goes, today, and what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate the Dragon on the Lake of Orion on TV's parade. And they began to show the Dragon on the Lake parade. And right then and there, the Lord just struck me in the heart as I was sitting in that studio. And he says, Tina, this is your playground. This is where you're going to start. And this is where they're going to help you get it going. And with that, I want to just thank the Lord for this place, Orion on TV. Thank you, Orion on TV, for being here to help bring the Word of God out to the atmosphere, out into the airwaves. Because without this is not, this is where it's at. And so I want to encourage you again, if the Lord has put on your heart to be into film production, be in podcasting, to be behind the scenes, they are here to help you. Go ahead, give them a call today, get in some of these classes, and they're going to help you out. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And I want to encourage you that you are a beautiful creation in Christ Jesus.